everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I have another knife review, another tops knife. This knife's a little different than most knives. It's the back bite. This is what it looks like brand new. So, this knife is designed from Colin Despins, and no better person than the designer to show you how it's used. Alright, so as you can see, this knife's been designed for martial arts. It's from a Russian martial arts. Colin Despins, he's been exposed to that martial arts and he designed this knife. What we can see from his display of how it's used, so you're looking for, back bites. You're looking to hook your enemy's arm, pull the enemy away from you if they have a knife with the hook of this knife. So a lot of this, when I look at it, is defense. You can definitely stab the enemy, and with the tip, it's going to penetrate and open up a wound larger than most knives will. It won't go in as clean as, let's say, the Taliban takedown. I just recently did a review on that if you want to check it out. And I think if we're being honest with ourselves when it comes to knife combat, you don't want to kill unless you're in war. So these knives aren't necessarily a knife you're going to bring with you in war. Maybe the Sky Marshal, the Missile Strike. Those are knives by Tops that might be more useful in a war scenario. This here is street defense. So what I want to do is, I have a tree here that is roughly the same size as of an arm. So this will replicate how it will look for this to hook around an arm. We're gonna see what type of damage this can do to this tree with some hooks, with some back hooks. So let's give that a go. It definitely digs in. You can almost see me getting stuck. You won't have that problem with an arm. It's gonna go right through them. So we did some definitely some good hooks there. Very comfortable to hold this knife. You can see the grooves there. Your strongest part of your hand right here is gonna fit right inside there, and you're gonna grip. Thumb on top. Very comfortable. For stabs, I love the finger groove here. I find this much better than, let's say, the crimping. This can bother your thumb over time. Let's take a look at this damage here. Those are some big gouges on a tree. All right, so I have my dead tree here. Let's give that some stabs. Let's see how this thing holds up to a nice stab. All right, so that's the next main feature I'd say on this, is that stab. Yeah, that eats it up. So I was opening up this tree. This wasn't happening with my Taliban takedown. It was going in and out. Much more clean cuts. This was ripping the bark apart. I like that. All right, even for a tree that's not dead, you can see the holes. I like that hooking. I really like that. That's gonna do some quick damage. You're gonna be a threat. Anyone coming at you, one quick, hit of the wrist, they'll back off, go home, and they can think twice about what they're gonna do next time. All right, let's take a look at the damage this has done on the tree. That's probably about a minute of training on this tree, and you can see the damage that back bite does. So I'm getting in as I come in and I'm pulling, and this thing can really get in there. Excellent. This knife is also really easy to conceal. It's 8.5 inches long, and you're gonna be able to put this anywhere, pretty much anywhere on you. If you know tops, you're here because you like tops. You know all about their sheaths, their spring steel rotating clips. I don't gotta talk too much about that. So you can move it around and place this however you want. Pocket carry, scout carry, probably even fit this in your boot, no problem. So you have, 3 inches of sharp blade on top, both sides. You have a nice hook blade on the bottom, about 1 inch long there. So you definitely have some cutting edges. You want a knife you want to be able to use. Do you just want to use it in a combat style practice every day? Or do you want to take this out with you? I got some paracord here. You can get the hook right in there and you can cut your paracord, no problem. All tops knives, their blades come sharp. So you can see that's no problem. And with this hook style, you can really get in to certain ropes. Paracord, this is 550, it's cutting it no problem. So this is a nice knife to carry around with you. You can have other knives and you can still carry this with you because you won't notice it on you. It's fairly small and you can get some jobs done with it. It's not going to be useless if you're just out bushcrafting. You can put this to the work. If you have a big chopper on you, big machete, this would be a nice knife to complement that out in the field. So you can still use it. It's got 2 blades on it, and you can really choke up on it and get some detail work in. Straight edge and a hooked edge. So you can carve stuff, you can make your Kindle, you can do some bushcrafting tasks. It's not going to be completely useless. It's actually really comfortable in my hand. So it's also just going to be really fun to pull out and train on some trees as well. So it's kind of those types of knives I like to have when I'm out bushcrafting, because I'll get a fire going and then I'll play around with my knives, throw them, train on a tree, put it to work. All right, so if you're new to my channel or you've been here before, you're gonna know I like to throw knives. I will always start off by saying Tops does not recommend you throw their knives. I don't even recommend you throw their knives until you get good enough with some cheap style throwers, and then you can get yourself a knife you're proud of and you won't damage it. The way I throw no spin. I'm not looking to throw military half spin or full spin. This knife here is designed for my no spin throwing. The tip really caught my attention. The thickness is the same from front to back. This tip is very aggressive, and you want a strong tip when you're throwing a knife. This is a no-brainer when I saw it. I had to get this one because I love to throw knives. There's just something about throwing a knife. It's so enjoyable. It makes having a knife that much better when you can throw it. You can do everything else with it, but you can also throw it. So let's give this a try. I wish this was just a bit bigger. When I hold it, my finger gets in the way here, so I have to hold it a little bit more down. The way the tip is, wow, you gotta check that one out. Wood explodes out of the target. Look at that, eh? It's gonna leave a hole. It's gonna leave a hole. That is serious. The back bite. That is a bite. Look at that. Just the way I can throw it just adds another level. And Tops is one of those brands that the steel holds up to whatever you're going to give it. So I'd have to recommend Tops if you want to have a knife to be proud of, to carry around with you. Boom. 2 knives on me. Taliban takedown, the back bite. Both completely different looking knives. Same sizes, very easily concealed. Good combo. If you're into combat and you like to throw knives like me, I'm really liking this combo I have. I can throw this one, pull the other one, you know, ready with the other. I think about myself. I'm out in the bush, raccoon, fox, animal comes up to you, likely has rabies. You want to keep that at a distance. You know, you don't want it touching you, biting you. So you have the option of throwing a knife at it. I've heard from others that similar things have happened and they've thrown their knife and have done enough to either scare the rodent or whatever it was away or to kill it. That's one of those realistic scenarios I think about where I would need to throw my knife. It could be used for combat, it can be used for your survival when you're bushwhacking. It can be used just to entertain your friends at a campfire. I just like to share my content and get involved with others that are like-minded, and we can share amongst one another and learn off one another and have fun doing it. So that's going to conclude my video today. This is the back bite by Tops, and it is one of the top knives I have. No pun intended. This is a top knife. It's comfortable, easily concealed, it's strong, durable, it's sharp, it looks cool, and it can throw like no other. So I hope you enjoyed this video and learned something, and maybe you'll get into throwing one day. Oh, wow, just like that. I'll leave you with a can pin. That's what they call this in knife throwing. Can pin. Pinning a can with a knife. That went through like butter. The back bite. Look at that. pulling this can off. It's going to be a back bite. Yep. Made more damage coming out than it went in. And there you have it. The back bite.